Peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High your house shall bless your day. By His mercies you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High your house shall's body, and two are naturally alive. Man, and I want to get into this, man. Something I was thinking about earlier, man. Because honestly, this has popped in my mind. Because I was just thinking about, like, the whole, like, with Jacob, like, and Esau, and even in the womb, like, and all that really means, and also too, like, I was just watching, this I was talking about the movie Sinners the other day, and yesterday I was watching a video about it, and like it's not like a review follow up with it, but this is more of like there's a scene in there, spoiler alert, like those that haven't seen it, where they the character, like one of the brothers will smoke. His name is Elijah. He kills the serpent. He kills the snake pretty much. So yeah, I was just thinking about like the whole Jacob and Esau thing, man. Like the whole thing. Really, but that's really all. Let's go John chapter 1 real quick, because this is all that really was, man. Because I was really actually overcoming the world. I mean, of course, it's us as a people, us on the natural tip, like Jake finally overcoming Esau, and like second Ezra 69 goes into, but it's more to it than that. Let's go to John 1 real quick. We're gonna not be too long with this, but damn, my bad, y'all. Dang, I was tired, but John chapter 1 verse 12. It says, "And but as many as received him, he gave them power to become sons of Yahweh, or even to them that believe on his name, and believe on his name, believe on him, as Scripture said, and like believing his name is Exodus 34:6." Numbers 14:8 and Jeremiah 9:24. But that's it. That's neat. Well, that's not neat here nor there. That's beside the point. I mean, that's part of the point. But yeah, so that's part of it as well. But also too, know how Jacob means, or Israel means prince of power. So like power, because like that's it. That's is what it is. But that's what all this was about. It's about being the son of the Most High Yahweh. It says, "But as many as received him, he gave them power to become sons of Yahweh, or even to them that believe on his name." So let's go to this, man. Let's go to real quick, man, because the day the 12th, I'm gonna say no. We're gonna say chapter 12 for a lot. Let's go to Hosea real quick. You know what? Yeah, let's go to Hosea real quick. Hosea 12. We can go there. We can go there, but let's go to Hosea 12 real quick. It says, yep. Hosea chapter 12. It says in 3. It says he took his. It's talking about Jacob and Esau. It says he took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with Yahweh. So yeah, and like and that trust in the Lord, Isaiah 26:4 is everlasting strength. And that actually too, notice this how here, like how having power with the Most High and Yahweh is even greater, because like a lot of times, like I said, like when I got in the word, I'm gonna speak for myself. Even I notice this too when we get in the word, especially when we first come in the word, especially when we figure out the word of Israelites according to the Bible. But like for me, I focus on a lot a lot of times early in my walk. I'll focus on the like when it said that in Genesis 32, having power with the Most High, and Yahweh having power with the Most High and man. I'll just focus on the man part. Like we focus on just having power over the other nations, which is our like our the kingly right. That even goes into that even goes back to Adam, but that's a part of it as well. And also too, not all of us are kings as well. Just like because actually that's another story for another day. But that's just neither here nor there, because like you had to come from a certain line to be that. But that's neither here nor there. But that's all right, just to rule as a people, rule over these other nations. But really having power with the Most High and Yahweh, man, that's what you want, man. How do you get that, man? With the witness, the testimony, the gospel, new covenant, like the faith, the mercy, long suffering, the fruits of the spirit, all those things, like merciful, being gracious, long suffering, forgiving, like love. That's how you get like power, the Most High Yahweh, man. But this is going to Jacob and Esau though. It says, he took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with Yahweh. So see, let's go 2 Ezra 6 real quick. Just real quick. Oh dang, fell. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8. It says, and it came to pass from me, from Abraham, from me unto me, from Abraham, Isaac, when Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held the first heel of Esau, for Esau is in the world, and Jacob is that followed, is the beginning that followed. So yeah, we are know this, and of course, like the kingdom things of that nature. But let's go to Genesis 3:15, because this is what this is talking about, honestly. It's overcoming the serpent. It's overcoming the world, actually. That's what that was, because we're going to see that a little later on. And it's going to line up with, Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, it says, because notice this heel part, and I will put enmity between the woman and thy seed, and her seed shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So yeah, exactly, man. So it says I'll put enmity, because that's all Jacob Esau was, because Esau was pretty much like the serpent seed, man. But it says, and I'll put enmity between thee and the woman, and thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So yeah, yeah, man. But let's go back to because I'm thinking about even that scene in the movie in Sinners, man, where he killed the character of Smoke, or Elijah, like kills a serpent, man. And what does Elijah mean? Like, Yahweh is my power, the Most High is my power. Yeah, the Most High Yahweh is our power, man. So let's get this in Luke real quick, man, because this is all what that really was about, honestly. Luke chapter 10 verse 19. It says, "Behold, we'll give verse 18, man, because and he said unto him, I beheld Satan as lightning fell from heaven." That's what he did in Matthew 4. He resisted him. He made Satan fall, man. Because he was tempted, but Yahweh overcame that temptation. But it says, and behold, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, which is sin and death, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. So yeah, man, that's what it is, and that's what that whole Jacob and Esau thing was about: overcoming the heel, overcoming the serpent, overcoming the world. Because you know what it is? Why is it overcoming the world? Let's go to Hebrews 13 real quick. Actually, no, Hebrews 12. Actually, no, we're saying in 12, actually. Hebrews 12 and 16. Yep. It says, "Least there any be I'm sorry. Hebrews 12, 16. He says, "Least there be any fornicator, profane person as Esau, one whom for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." So pause real quick. Now, of course, on natural tip, it's kind of going like profane and stuff like that. I mean, you could look at it as like Esau being like Fred Flintstone, or Dad being so-called Caucasian. Those, I know that even if you don't believe that Esau is that's cool. But like the shout out to brother sent me first one says, just don't be like this man. Just don't be like him at all. Like So yeah. But them being like, the Flintstones or Captain Caveman, yeah, that's a lot of times the scripture is broken out like that. And yeah, of course, it's applicable to that. But more importantly, what's a profane even mean? Profane means worldly, earthly. So that's what it is, man. So that's why Jacob, even overcoming Esau, was like, the sons of God, sons and daughters of the Most High Yahweh, coming overcoming the world. That's what that was about. Because he tells you the end from the beginning. So, yeah, let's get this again. It says, "Least there be any Hebrews chapter 12 verse 16. Least there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." So yeah, the son of the promise overcoming the world, man, overcoming the serpent, overcoming Satan, man. That's what that was about, man. So grabbing on the heel, like even in like wrestling, they call it the heel, like so somebody's a villain or like an antagonist per se. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is right there, man. So that's what that was about, man. Because profane means earthly or worldly. That's what Esau was, man. Because like a lot Esau had no excuse. A lot of times too, people think because that blessing was always for Jacob, and man, we kind of talked about this in the past. We talked about that in the past, but Esau, like what Yahushua went through was worse, man. 48, 49, he was at his weakest. Esau was like, he rejected the Most High Yahshua. He knew what he was rejecting, but that's neither here nor there, man. But let's get verse verse 17. For we know that afterward, when he had inherited the blessing, he was rejected and found no place of repentance, and though he saw carefully with tears. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's just is what it is, man. So yeah, man, and that's what that was all about, man. Like oh my gosh, because I forgot where's it at, and I forgot I didn't drop this all good. I forgot where's it at in Sirach when it talks about profane, man. But that means worldly, man. Actually, I probably can't find it, but yeah, man, that's what that was all about, man. Yeah, oh my gosh, where is it at? Gosh, where is it? Where was it at? Oh my gosh, is it on my old? I gotta look at it. Let's go. Let me look at it in here because it's probably not here. I probably put it because I want the description in Sirach where it goes into that. Oh my gosh. Dang. Okay, I can't remember. It was probably somewhere. I probably had to look it up, man. But yeah, man, this is somewhere. But profane pretty much means earthly or worldly. But yeah, man, that's what that whole Jacob Esau was about, man. Because he tell you the end from the beginning, man. Like that's why Yahshua says, yeah, overcome the world as I overcome the world. We're roughly paraphrasing, man, because he tells you the end from the beginning, man. That's what that was about, man. On the natural tip, of course, is us overcoming Esau, man. Because that's really like, because you know what it is too. That's like even like those that like on the natural tip, right? Those that like uh, uh um read comic books, right? Not compared to word to a comic book. I'm saying those are that was always like in the rogues gallery, because if you know comic books, like certain superheroes and comic books, they have a certain rogues gallery, like but there's always that main one villain that's like that's their yin and yang, pretty much. That's their like main villain. Like Batman has a Joker, like Superman has Lex Luthor, like and Spider-Man has a Green Goblin. That's like that's kind of what Esau is with our our with like for us as just as a people, or they of course what are this as us as a nation over the years. Of course we have other enemies as well, but that's kind of like that, man. But like so it's kind of like the evil, because it's the twin. It's kind of like the evil twin brother. But don't get it twisted though, man. A lot of like that's why Romans 9 says what it says, and let's get this in Ezekiel 25 though, man, because even a lot of our people like of that, man, like and that's why even the son of perdition, the beast, is gonna come out of the line of Edom. So like because that's all what it is about, man. Because like that's why the Esau like is like the course of so-called like I'm the belief it's of the so-called I'm of the stance as the so-called Caucasian, because you constantly see that throughout history, man. But even when the word even like, but that's even neither here nor that's more on a natural tip. But spiritually, man, it's the son of the promise. Versus it pretty much is Genesis 3 and 15. The sons of the Most High Yahshua, his seed versus the serpent seed, man. And that's what overcome the world. Like Jacob taking his heel is pretty much meaning overcoming the world. But Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 8. Yeah, because it says. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because the Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. So yeah, yeah, man, that's what it is. Because Moab, and then Seir is Mount Seir is Edom. So like a lot of people are like that of the world, of like of that seed, man. So hey, it is what it is. Because really about being son, daughter of the Most High House, being born of the Word. That's why like the Gospels, anybody really born of the Word at the end of the day. So. But yeah, man. Hopefully this is edifying. But but the promises are going to Israel, going to a certain group of people, contrary to popular belief and things of that nature. Yes, he's going to do that. The Most High House is going to do that. But you know. But then, of course, it's good. Once the kingdom is given to the Father, it's going to go back to Eden, the place of pleasure. But that's neither here nor there, man. But hopefully, it's edifying. A little tired. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So, peace.